Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of our adventure in when you first get your lap steel, and when you first take it out of the box. And this is for the brand new beginners in lap steel. And today we're going to do a quick little setup check and tune it. So when you get it out of the box, it's going to probably sound about like this. As you can see, there's nothing in tune about this. You can't make music with it with your bar. Well, that might be some kind of Chinese music or from them darn Indians, you know. I started on this video twice already, and I got a phone call from my mother, and she was wanting to get some information about some medicine. I had to take it, and just as I was walking back here, I got another darn phone call, and this time it's one of them dang old, I'm going to call him an Arab. Anyway, Indian talking fella or whatever, it was a Medicare scam. He said, "Oh, no, Mr. Jones, we going to take you off the no-call list, so just go grab your Medicare card and give me that ID number." I said, "Yeah, right." Anyway, I told him where he could stick his Medicare cards. So, what we going to do, being we out of tune, and I'm assuming you're a newbie, so I don't want you breaking those strings. So what we gonna do to start you off, I think we need to start and tune in a lower tuning than open E. So we gonna go to D, which is an octave lower. And then once you get to D, you can ease into the E. Cause this string that we call the first string, which is the high E normally, but today it's gonna be the high D. Like dog. So anyway, we're gonna have our tuners, and I'm gonna use 2 different types. I don't even know if y'all can see that, but anyway, that one there overtune. See, I'm gonna show you how to drop it down. Also, I'm gonna take one of these clamp on, because some of y'all may not have a chromatic tuner, but I will say this: if you don't got one, you need to go shopping, get you one. Christmas is coming up. Make a great Christmas present for anybody. That is the way to go when you're playing lap steel or pedal steel, unless you gotten fancier and bought an inline tuner that looks like an effects pedal. They make them. They're great. Plug it in your effects pedal chain if you're using effects pedal, and you can look down at it on the floor or wherever you put it. Alright, so what I'm going to do for the tuning, we know we're going to be working up here on the headstock, so I'm going to try to get the camera, and y'all don't get too excited or dizzy or drunk, but I'm going to try. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on it. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you out of the picture. I can see a little tiny screen there, but, you know, we're gonna do our best. Alright. And that's what I got. And I'm running across from the big string to the little string. Now, for tuning the guitar, I don't reckon that it really matters if you start on this side or that side, because you're going to tune it twice. You're going to do it 2 times. You're going to tune it one time and then another. All right, we're going to take this thing right here, and being I'm going to tune I'm going to tune these 3 strings right here. These are on the big strings. I'm going to do them first. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clamp this on. Now I'll turn that where you can see it. I hope you can see it. I'm going to put it on. And I'm not sure if you're picking that up or not. Anyway, we're going to tune that string. And this string is D sharp, so we need to down tune this string. And I like to tune them when I'm plucking, not while the string's descending like that, but alright, now if you notice I'm flat. There we go. See, it's in tune. Alright, here's what this one looks like. See, it goes. It went out, and that's fine. It's gonna go out, especially with me talking. See, it looks better when I don't talk. But I want to hear the tuning right on the pick part. Alright, it's just a hair short, looks like. Okay, I got it. Now we're gonna move to the next string, and it's gonna be an A, so that's D. We got him tuned, and we're gonna go back to the second peg. And this is gonna be an A. That one's flat. That's the way they should sound. The next one is going to be another D. Back here, that's a D, A, and a D. That's the way it should sound. All right, now here's the tricky part, and I'm watching this while y'all watching that. They both work in the same way. Just a little flat. Alright, I tuned it. Now, to get these next, them next three strings, what I'm gonna do, if you only have this, take that thing off and clamp it up there. See there? Now we got to tune this one up to a D. So I'm gonna start down here. This goes, or you can start right here. That's your F sharp. That's your F sharp string. So your next one right here is going to be another A. Alright, that one was pretty well in tune, wasn't it? And the next one's going to be a D. Now, once you went across it and tuned it, go back and check it one more time. So, being the tuner is over here, on this side, tune this side. See, I had to tighten it just a hair. That's dead on. That one was good. All right, I'm gonna take it off, clamp it on that one. That's good. All right. That's good. That one went flat, so tighten it up. So, we have our guitar tuned up using the, there we go, Chord chromatic tuner and this is a D-Dario, and what it does, it picks up the vibrations. How about that? Don't know how they done it, because you hold it above it, you get nothing, see? Because I'm not vibrating, but you put it on the guitar, and that picks up the vibration. See, it went a little sharp that time. But on my chromatic tuner, it ain't saying it's sharp, so that means that one of these are not exactly calibrated, which I don't rightly use this thing here a whole lot. This is mostly for an acoustic or electric guitar that you can clamp on the headstock. I see a lot of people clamp them on the headstock and leave them there. All right, so once you determine that, you got it tuned up. Now I'm gonna zoom you back out some. All right, and this right here is gonna be, might be a tricky for some people. This is the 12th fret right here, and what I like to do is put my fret bar down on it, and you can see that thing just rock right there for about a half a day. So I like to hold my finger on it a little bit, maybe put my dragon fingers behind it, put your finger in the slot, and just give it this. And make sure you're not getting something that sounds like this. So I'm pushing down with my finger. You want it all the way across. You don't want to hear. You don't want that. Or I have even went so far as to that it wasn't even touching the string. Once you've got this tuner down, play your guitar a little bit. Alright, and here's something else. Now this is gonna matter not to what key you're playing in. This is in a open D right now, but whatever key you're playing in, and we're not even gonna call a key out, but I want you to remember two numbers. I call it the magic beginner number for somebody playing by themselves, not with other people, is 6 and 8. Now why did I say 6 and 8? Write that down, 6 and 8. Alright, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put the bar right here on the, let's make it easy. We'll go up here to the 1st fret. Alright, so the 1, 4, 5 chord, that sounds like this. To get that sound, if you can't remember, then I'm not going to mention a note, because it could be any note. But remember, go to the 1st fret, 1. Now the 4 chords in that progression, sometimes it does change, but normally, you get the picture. Alright, remember, that from that 1 chord to that 4 chord is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 frets away. How about that? There's 1 through 6. Now count the 1. Alright, then the 5 chord is going to be the 8th fret. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, somebody's going to say, wow, that's pretty, that's neat. 1, 6, and 8. What about if we come down here? Let's say, come down here and what happens? That's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we go in 8 press away, 1. Where you at? Let's say you right here. Now 6 frets up. Now 8. Playing the same thing down in the deeper register. All right, now, can y'all count backwards? There's you go. Now, if you're going to play the D chord, then we tune in open D. You hear that? That means one of these strings has literally come out of tune. That string is went real sharp. Look at that. That means I had to. There you go. And they'll do that, especially if you got a new guitar out of the box, because it's going to have new strings on it. and most new guitars, for some reason, they ship them out with the strings too light. All right, back to the lesson. All right, so we're going to say, we're going to play it backwards, and by that I mean we're going to go. So instead of going forward with it, 1, 4, 5 chord, we're going backwards. When that happens, you're going to count 1 chord. Now the 4 chord, it used to be 6 away, now it's the 8th one. 1. Now where do you think the 5 chord is? Think about it. If that one's 8 away, well, it's going to be 6. Here we go, we count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 6. And just to make it simpler, instead of me using the fingers, I'm just strumming. Anybody can strum. You can go. It ain't comfortable playing on the table to me. I got a towel on here because I wanted to show y'all the tuning procedure. All right, and after you play around with this open D tuning, and I'm gonna tell it again, I posted up there. D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. That's from the big string to the little boy. Alright, and then, like I was saying, if your bar, when you lay it up, I about forgot about this part, and I'm going to turn you down. If you're having any kind of problems with it doing something like that, then that means, and I can't hardly tell where we're at no more. That means I'm going to zoom in here a little bit and push that forward. That means you're going to adjust your saddle. Now, if you got an unadjustable saddle and you know what you're doing, you can take a file to it to flatten the strings. But once you flatten the strings, I want you to remember, you don't need to be changing brands or gauge of the string, because you're going to set it up for that one set of strings. So don't do it on your new strings that come with your guitar. The main reason is most guitars, you don't know what they come with. I'll say Martin guitars, I bought a new one of them. They even sent me a little card telling me, of course, they gonna be selling their own string, but they use Martin XL strings on it, and they told me what gauge in case I wanted to replace it. They was a medium gauge. I didn't replace it with that. I went back with a light gauge, because that new Martin I got is a acoustic, electric, got the fisherman pickup system, and when I plug it in, amp or the recorder, I don't need heavy strings, because I like to have them where I can bend my strings easy. But anyway, that's part 2 of the lesson. And now that you've tuned it up like that, and you won't go back and tune it up in that open E, you're just a few strokes away from doing that. And the next time y'all see me on playing this, I'll go over there, and while we got the guitar out and talking about it, we'll go ahead and tune it in open E. That's what I teach with most of the time, but I do like to, even when I'm building a new guitar out on my shop, and I put my heavy strings that I know ain't gonna break, I still start off and tune it to open D to start with, and play it a while, let them strings relax. 'Cause let me tell you something, I have to pick up, pull on new strings, like that right there. Put your finger on it and see how I'm doing it. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. There we go. And pull up, see that? On a brand new set of strings to stretch them. And believe me, that really helped. I mean, I sat there and pinch it, work it back and forth, pull it up, work it. And here's another thing. Sometimes, that's why I put that oil in there. Don't happen very often, but once in a while, I'm going to try to slide this while I'm looking at that. Once in a while, and I had this problem on my Martin acoustic guitar. Once in a while on one of these strings, especially the ones that's wrapped, you know, like that, they'll get hung up in the guitar nut. That's why I use a drop of oil now. I have had to take some very, very fine emery cloth and take it, wrap it around a guitar string and pull it through there a little bit just to smooth it up. But you won't have that trouble. But if you ever get a string that when you're tuning it down, like you playing it, I'm turning the peg now, but let's say right there, for instance, it's a little bit sharp, but not quite. A lot of times I'll just take my finger. Let's see. We got to show you that part. All right, I'll take my finger and push that string down up there close to the nut. Let me get back. All right, right in there, push it down. And I'm looking at the tuner, and now I'm back flat, so I actually had to raise it because I did that. But there we go, we back in tune. I just thought I'd throw that out as a mention to y'all. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm sure y'all let me know in the comment below. I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming by for the lessons. The tone bar, I think I mentioned it 100 times. We'll go over it one more time, close up here. The tone bar is shaped, I call it an anvil, but you put your pointing finger right on top, right there, put your thumb right there, and this finger goes in, and you holding it just like that, and you see you got a flat spot that goes down on the string, and these fingers back here in the back, right there, these two left, they got a real good purpose. They're dragging fingers, and what that means is hear me mute just by lifting up. And that's all. That's what I'm using them for. But also, while I'm holding this bar in this angle, sometimes when I'm picking, I'll tilt the bar up like this. See how I'm doing it? There you go, but I'm holding the bar up. The only one I don't tilt it up on, I hold it at that angle. Is that big old fat last string, I kind of tilt it up that way. And just like that, okay? We are getting into playing some music now. Now I'm hoping this is helping somebody out there. I'm sure I'm leaving out something, but if I missed something in this part 2, let me know and I'll make a part 3 for you. Setting up your amp, pretty much. I got a lesson on there about it, but like I said, I use a right smart reverb where I can hear, like, you hear that reverb? I got the bass, I'm going to tell you my settings. I got the bass turned up on well, let me go over there and look. My eyes ain't good like they used to be, are they? Okay, well, I got the bass set at 1 o'clock. We'll call it that because it could be any number on the amp. I got the mid set at 1 o'clock. And I got the high set at 1:30. And on this particular amp, which is a PV Viper 1, it's a little bitty lightweight amp with a big sound. It's got a bunch of effects in it, and what effects I'm using right now is compression, delay, and now boy, I mean real subtle, look, just hardly no delay. But I got it on just a half, you know, less than 1 millisecond probably. And then I've got reverb cranked up. And that's it, folks. And this is a little bitty 5 or 8 inch speaker in this amp. I got several amps in here, but this is my main go-to and my teaching amp and my knockabout amp. Anyway, I hope each and every one of y'all has a great week out there. I need to get outside and do some work, but we under clouds and got a potential of, I believe it said 65% chance of rain today, but it ain't rained yet. I done went to Wally World and got my mother's groceries, and I got out fairly early and got to work, so it's already getting to be about 11 o'clock now, so I got to get busy, and I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great week out there, people.